Okay. Oh, excuse me.
What's happening? Why is it not? Okay. Can you see the screen?
Yes, yes.
Yes, we can see the
Okay,
screen.
so chào sàn.
Those are
All right.
those are
Good morning. Chào an. 大家好. Okay, I don't really speak 普通话. All right. I mispronounce a lot of the words. So normally I don't want to kill the language. So I normally don't speak 普通话. Okay. So I'd like to welcome all members of the Hong Kong Homeschool Association. Thank you for this invitation by Dr. Lai to give a presentation, on what we do, right, in terms of the business side of things. So I actually represent an organization called DBS, right, incorporated in Malaysia, where we actually look at nation building. Not only in Malaysia, our vision is, the Asia Pacific. Working together with our global partners. So what we do basically is summarize in the first slide. See what happens is they go into a slide presentation where we just keep moving. Okay, so the first slide will summarize what exactly DBS does. And there are three keywords in the business, even to call it, that we do. Okay, we offer global award-winning solution, not products, but solution, for three key areas: academic success, work readiness, and employability. So you would find that these are the three critical challenges and issues that confront every society, whether you're talking about Malaysia, whether you're talking about Hong Kong, or whether you're talking about China. All right, we all face the same problem: graduate unemployment, underemployment, mismatch between education, all right, and the industry. Okay, so a little bit about DBS. We work with a number of global partners where we can reach out to different market segments. Now, afterwards, I will talk to you about it. So they include preschool, primary school, secondary school, universities, the corporate market, etc. So the main thing is we are concerned about human capital development and tackling national, skill shortages and trying to improve the economy. So this is something good for the society. So why not? If we can achieve this at the same time, we can make some money, all right, in that sense. So first, let me start with the higher education, the further education, corporate training and development, market. What kind of things do we offer, right, to them? Okay, so this is just a summary of who we work with. All right, a number of global partners from the United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, USA, Canada, Europe, etc. So if you look at what is happening, there is global youth graduate unemployment and underemployment. In China itself last year, there are more than 12 million of university graduates who are unemployed. And these are all hard facts. The number, all right, of the unemployed or underemployed graduates in Hong Kong, all right, is also rising. It is a global trend. All right, and we are able to provide a number of solutions to actually solve this to three of the stakeholders. So let's take a look at, number one, the student. How can we help the students in terms of the employability solution? So number one, graduates are taking years to find a job in the chosen field. If they graduate with an engineering degree, let's say in January 2025, many of them may not find an engineering job within 6 months or a year. It might actually take a few years before they finally get the job they are trained for. And that is a very, very real problem that we are facing. Now, data shows that work experience, internship, work placement dramatically, improve this particular framework. Now what happens basically is internship is a real issue. Oh dear, let me get back. We go and program the thing under an automatic slide. Okay, so internship is a real issue. All right, it's not easy to manage, and one of the solutions that we have is a global internship program that we can actually place students to give them a greater chance of equipping them for employment. And in fact, increasingly, a lot of students are asking for work placement to be built into the program. Now, from the university perspective, they're struggling to provide ready, graduates that employers are demanding. Universities' relevance and value, will increasingly be tied to graduate employment, not research paper publication. At the end of the day now are the graduates employable at the fastest possible time? Are they able to deliver? Are they going to be able to contribute to what the employers want? And universities have got lack of resources to fully manage an effective internship program. Now we have a solution, for that under what you call your intern match, which I would talk about that later on. Now then we come on to the corporation itself, the business solution or companies. Now in the case of the companies, or businesses, they are struggling to be able to get ready talent who are ready to contribute, to the work in which they are, there's a lot of retraining and which is, costly for organization. So graduate programs are frustrating, to implement and involve very significant compliance and administrative, overhead. Hiring, poorly equipped staff is very expensive and time consuming. And there is no single global platform for businesses to assess your interns. So these are some of the real problem, that they are actually, facing. So what we are basically focusing on is solving the training gaps. So it is a global issue, and we have got award-winning program that will be able to bridge the employee skill gap, matching that with the corporate requirement. Okay, so there are universities in Malaysia, for example, that actually incorporate some of our solutions already into the program to give them that real-world experience, a world-class competency framework in which they use the design, programs, etc. So to summarize, basically, what is it really all about? They are actually 6 things that we actually provide. Okay, so the screen is moving. Hopefully, I can cover this in time. Okay, so number 1, we provide solution to create what we call, employment. All right, we provide solution to create employment opportunities. We provide proven real-life, hands-on industry, cross-border, pre-work, kind of readiness. We have solutions to break down the barriers to employment for high school, as well as a college student, providing future work skill on high-demand skill sought after by the employers. We facilitate on-premise and remote overseas internship, transform the internship into employment in their professional field. So basically, we are actually working with institutions, training, centers, institute to set up actually a further and higher education skill hub to bridge employability skill gap, commonly called your Human Capital Development Initiative. All right, if you have a university, you can actually set up, a skill development center, to solve this problem using the solutions that we can actually provide them. So here, basically, there are the 3 E's that we actually provide: empowerment, enabling, and enrichment. And we use the acronym FUER, F-U-E-R, students, right, as the true beneficiary. We provide future skills, elite premium products, unique world-class standards, and lifelong skills. Skills not taught at institution or further and higher education. Universities tend to be too academic, and they always feel that there is so much they need to cover in terms of the knowledge at the expense of a lot of the other essential, skills. Now, this is a summary of the solutions that we can actually offer, okay? In terms of the Future Skill Academy or Skill Center that actually offer your talent management solution, okay? So we have got your staff and student continuous professional development skill, over 1,000 training courses under what you call your SSA, which is a skill, all right, which is a skill, staff skill, right, academy. We have got your global internship for employment. We have work readiness program under the QS University ranking with a strategic partnership with successful graduate. We have got entrepreneurship for modern youth, young mothers, etc. We have got a global skill competency measuring framework called SIRA. I'll see if I can, go back. This is causing a problem. I don't know why they changed my setting. Let me see how do I put that. Sorry about that. Okay, so we also have got the School of Mini MBAs, very practical, high-level senior executive management, all right, programs that we'll be offering. We have got a year 2 credit transfer program into more than 1,000 universities in the US, in UK, Australia, New Zealand, right, Malaysia. You take in high school, all right, students, and they do 1 year online with some face-to-face, support at a learning center. They will be able to transfer to the year 2 of, as I said, more than 1,000 universities. We have got English proficiency programs and certification, and we have got your IR 4.0. All right, analytics, you have got your cyber security, etc. Okay, so this is the global internship program that we are talking about. I will need at least more than an hour to actually fully explain to you all each of the products. Okay, but I will just give you, an overview. This is an end-to-end internship program that prepares the intern before they even start the internship. And they have got a cloud-based, right, AI-driven platform that manages, what you call, the program, all right, where they can actually track every day, all right, reports on what they actually, do. And your standing, all right, university, for example, can have, real-time access to track and monitor what's happening. Now, if you look at this particular program, is called Intern Match. The first thing which is very critical when you manage internship is to match the student to the host, all right, corporation, to make sure that they are rightly placed to go through what they are supposed, all right, to undertake. Okay, so this is a global, kind of provision where students from Hong Kong, they can get placement, all right, with companies in Australia, UK, all right, and USA, all right, and they do it to remote, all right, internship. If they want to actually go and do a physical, it can be arranged, but obviously there are additional, costs, all right, So this is a summary of the award-winning global partners that we work with. Just a summary. For example, we work with, successful graduate based in Australia. More than 30% or 1/3 of Australian university in Australia uses successful graduates in all the solution. Afterwards, I will explain a little bit more, right, to you. We have got an award-winning entrepreneurship program by a serious, successful entrepreneur who actually delivers program with a team of very highly experienced and proven the entrepreneurs, very practical, all right? And then we have got the CPD, Contents Professional Development, more than 1,000 courses. You pay one price and you can access to all that, whether you can choose a 12 months, 9 months, or 6 months, a kind of duration. I have actually sent up individual product, more detailed PowerPoint. Some of you may probably have, already been looking at some of this. Basically, our solutions are non-academic. We are moving away from university awards to industry-based certification. All right, so that's the main thing, all right, that I want to actually emphasize. Now, all our solutions are actually online, fully managed by our global partner. You don't need to invest on anything to start the program. It's essentially plug, all right, and play. And we have got a very fantastic competency skill framework, which is using global standard called hsa. And a lot of these global competency framework are actually being used, all right, by more than 200 countries. They have adopted, all right, competency framework, which are global benchmark. And it is, again, all right, a very complete system. You just plug and play, all right, the hsa, okay? We will also be offering your digital cybersecurity, which are industry certified or accredited. Tie up with the various industry providers who are the guardians in their respective field, whether it's CompTIA, whether it's EC, or security-based, kind of agency that regulates, that control, monitor, the standard in that particular industry. All right, so we have got an English program which is accredited. This is equivalent to your IELTS and your TOEFL, in terms of the language proficiency as a proof to get into the university or for work purposes. So we have a solution which are accredited by the Scottish Credit Qualification Framework. Okay. Now we also have other program dealing with the financial literacy. A lot of people who are managing businesses, they are not very comfortable when it comes to financial statement and things like that. So we have programmed at the basic level. We also have got a high-level financial intelligence program for mainly those at the directors level who really needs that. Okay. In addition, we have got your very industry-focused MBA level executive management program that we are bringing in, all right, under the mini MBA. Right. So this is a little bit about the mini MBA. All right. So far, the partner that we are going to be working with have actually trained 45,000 plus, and they're all from the industry, executive, senior leaders, etc., involving more than 500 plus businesses. And you see, in the Western, what your customer satisfaction measurement is very important. So you're familiar with the UK, with Australia, some of these more developed countries. They basically use what you call the trust score to measure the level of satisfaction, all right, by the customers. So the maximum score you get is actually 5. Okay. So we have your IR 4.0, all right, Tech Academy that we will be introducing, all right, for example. All right, as I said, they are all very industry geared certification. Microsoft or all these who are involved in very specific, all right, areas relating to your digital, economy. We are all moving towards that, and there are standards and benchmarks to be able to be hired in that particular profession. So these are the programs that we would actually be offering. We basically focus on 7 skill gap training. We use the acronym CRUMS. CRUMPS, core skills, cross-skilling, reskilling, upskilling, multi-skilling, preferred skill. And what you hear, all right, every day, this, over the news reports is there is a lot of emphasis on soft skill, all right? A lot of emphasis on soft skill because the digital transformation and the landscape that you're going to be operating requires not only hard or technical skill, and more important is a soft skill, the ability to collaborate, to communicate, to be adaptable, things like that. Okay. So we want to promote, our solutions and to help them set up a professional skill, center. And there is the A to I, right? When you take this up, we can provide you with A, accreditation, B, benchmarking in your branding, the 3C certification, the club, and your competitive advantage, digital online platform. All our solutions are already ready to use on the digital, online platform. The 3 E's, empowerment, enabling, and reaching, future employability skills, global world-class connection. You can actually co-brand and have your house name, okay, and international exposure. All right, so we want to make partners that work with us shine, whether you are a school, a college, a university. All right, so 5 things to know. Set up a skills center. We will help you set up a one-stop that will provide you with all the 7 skills, world-class standards, solution, etc. You can use, you can co-brand. You don't lose, all right, your organization or your what. We can do that, okay? And you don't need to wait 3 months, 6 months. Immediate start, plug and play. No capital injection needed. All right, all the platform, all the solutions, content are already ready, and they are niche, all right, the products, multi-skilling, lifelong learning, and it is site-based. It will help wherever, right, you are, located. Okay. Now, there is a business model that we are, we're working on, depending on the level of involvement that, the customers want to be. All right, so we have a class 1, they're only interested in 1 or 2 of our solution. So they will only take up the user account and say, for mathematics, they want to use Mega High and buy up 2,000 units. They are not interested in the other solution. Then we have what you call your strategic associate partner, whereby they become an anchor partner and they would house, all right, they would house what we call, the professional skill center, where there will be a number of products that they will be offering. And then we have got your strategic accredited partner. They offer as an anchor partner a number of solutions, and they will also set up a alumni club, student club that can benefit, all right, their students. They will be able to get special discount. They'll take up a lot of your CPD courses or other range of products, right, in which we offer. So we take care of the various stakeholders. So that basically covers the first segment, the corporate market, the further and higher education, all right, the market. Now, what I will do now is basically I will go on to the second, all right, segment, which is your homeschool, your primary school, and your secondary or high school, all right, the market. These are the products or solutions available to them. They can do the CPD. They have got the STEM resources. Now, virtually all nations in the education system are moving to your STEM, all right, education. It has moved from STEM to STEAM, STREAM, all right, the latest they have added. Okay, so now it is actually STREAM, but most of them are still at your STEM. Many of them have not been very effective, all right, in doing that. So we have got an class online provision for IGCSE from, year 1 to year, 12, O levels, A levels, under the IGCSE University of Cambridge program. We have got your successful graduate work readiness to prepare high school to work. When they finish or they get on to the university, we have got Mega High, which is gamification mathematics learning program. We have English. We have got early childhood, school teacher certification. We are going to bring in actually Britannica. All right, some of you will probably know Britannica. All right, a very old brand. We're going to be working with them to offer one of their latest solution in terms of brain-based teaching or cognitive science. All right, for the schools. Okay. So basically, what we are looking at, all right, is 3 areas: academic excellence, upskilling and reskilling, and initial online assessment, provision for your special education need, which is an area neglected by a lot. I know that the Hong Kong Education Bureau, they have invested, to train a lot of counselors and things like that to be able to handle, but still I think a lot needs to be done, all right, for the students and for the teachers. So we have got, online and offline option for British accreditation for the students, as well as for the teachers. All right, so we offer the F class, which is based on the British curriculum. Okay, and they take care of, the different stakeholders. This program is AI driven. It takes care of the student, it takes care of the teachers, the administrator, and the parents can access and monitor and track. They're able to come up with what you call personalized, learning plans, because they are able to do the assessment. They're able to do the analytics to determine what are the strengths and what are the weaknesses, all right, of, student. Now, if you look at the school globally, there are a lot of issues, not academic. There are a lot of emotional, psychological, special needs, which they find it very difficult to handle. And we have got solutions for the teachers, all right, to actually equip them to take care of these, issues, all right. It's not unique, all right. So this is the pathway for them who want to really make a career in teaching, whether in the private sector or with the public sector. They can move from very, level 2 right up to your postgraduate in the UK, qualification work. Okay, so this is Ed Class. I've given a full presentation on what Ed Class actually does. Okay, so this is an award-winning, is approved by the UK government to provide IGCSE, or for them, they don't use IGCSE, all right? For them, they will just do, the British, GCSE. When it is marketed internationally, they use the IGCSE, which most of the overseas country, including in Hong Kong, Malaysia, the international school, most of them would do the IGCSE. So we have a solution, all right, for that, an education platform that delivers, the IGCSE, the curriculum. Okay, so these are some of the key, all right, features. The key here is you can have personalized learning and inclusive. The special education needs student, they are provision for that. In the way they actually do the learning content on their LMS also cater to those who have got special education needs. Okay, so if you are familiar with the education development, with the use of education technology, we are moving towards what you call your adaptive learning. All right, adaptive learning. All right, being able to adapt to the learning style, the pace, the strength, and the weaknesses and the needs, all right, of students. Okay. So highly affordable education game platform, user-friendly experience, parental engagement. STEM resources, all right? So we'll be working with Britannica. The good thing about working with Britannica is that resources are multilingual, all right? So they have it all. It can be in English, it can be in Chinese, it can be the Malay language, it can be in Spanish, all right? That's the beauty, all right, of Britannica. Very, very world-class, all right, standard resources for the teachers and the students relating to your STEM and our education. Mega High, what you call that? Dr. Vivian is very familiar with Mega High, where she already introduced, gamification. They combine three things. They combine a gaming expert, all right, award-winning, bestseller, game with, the edtech company Essential, and they have Professor Marcus Dusalto from Oxford University. They combine together and they come up with learning mathematics in a fun way. Okay, so these are some of the highlights. There are 5 million users under your Mega High globally. 5 million. There are not many mathematics programs that have got such reach. Okay, so again, they are AI driven. They can be personalized. They can track analytics. A very powerful, system. Again, parents can be involved. Parents can track. Parents can even assign, you want to call it homework or whatever that is. Okay, so these are some of the key features. The key here is, all right, it is most effective in actually drawing in and helping those students who are very weak in mathematics, who do not have an interest. They would actually be able to rejuvenate, all right, to them to have an interest and improve the performance. So if you are already a math genius, you don't need this. But for those who are weak, those who are not very interested, they are struggling, this is an ideal, all right, the mathematics solution. Okay. So what we are basically, all right, doing is, all right, even at the school level, you have to prepare them, because if you look at the statistics, only probably about 30 or maximum 40% of those who finish high school can get on to further and higher education. The rest goes to the job market. 60 to 70%. What do they have to be in order to get employment? Nothing. School living certificate. That's all. You can prepare them for micro-credentialing with the skills that they need before they exit, into the workplace. So one of the solutions is you can use your staff skill, academy with that, well over 1,000, courses, all right, in different categories. Okay, so they are award-winning, internationally recognized, micro-credentialing they can actually take up. Yeah, even at the school level before they exit and join the workforce. All right, by today they will probably have 1.5 million people have gone through the program. Not many CPD program can boast of this kind of numbers. Okay. From the education viewpoint, when you look at the SSA, they have got a section on education and training. And if you look at that, they have got a lot of courses the special education need people can use, and a lot of the emotional, psychological, issues confronted by school, by teachers. You can actually, have, the training, right, to really equip you, including safeguarding in terms of your bullying. There are a lot of things, all right, in there that, you can actually pick up. Now, then we have got your successful graduate, okay, from Australia. As I mentioned, more than a third of the Australian university uses their solution, all right, particularly for international student recruitment. Okay, so if you look at some of the solution, for example, a lot of students, from Hong Kong, they will be going to Australia. All right, they will be going to Australia to study, and they need to actually be prepared. They need to be prepared. So the recruiting agent, they would use, the successful graduates, programs before they actually transfer or move over to Australia University, used by the university to recruit students. They have got an academic readiness course to already orientate and prepare them. What is the academic system? What is the learning, teaching, assessment going to be like for a student studying in Australia? They have got pre-departure, all right? Before they go to Australia, what are things? And a lot of overseas students, they do part-time work. It helps them, all right, to find part-time work. So these are some of the things that they do. Okay. So successful graduate, all right, offers very unique. Okay, they are international award-winning. All students introduce the employability micro-credential, pre-departure, part-time work, internship, graduate workshop, and leadership skill. They have got your micro-credentialing, LinkedIn, and university certification. They can be used throughout students' life cycle. From the time they make an inquiry, get into the university, to the time they graduate and exit. There are things that they can actually do. So here is a summary of the products or solutions they offer: high specialized graduate course, critical thinking, problem solving, successful intern, academic readiness, pre-departure course for international student, the successful graduate, those at the university level, finding part-time job at the leadership program, all right, etc. Okay. So I will just focus on, a selected, program, all right, which I would show, okay. Now, successful graduate, if you are in the university sector, you will know that there are three main global, university ranking, all right, people use. The Times Higher Education, then you have got what you call the QS, and then you have got the Shanghai, all right, index from China, all right. There are three main. And the most used is actually QS in terms of the number of participating university. So successful graduate has become a strategic partner with your QS, focusing on employability, all right, focusing on employability. So what successful graduate have done is they have just completed a new, right, offering, tying with your QS Global Employer Survey 2024 as to what are the key soft skills required by the employers. Okay, so they've identified for personal effectiveness, those are the 4 programs. Resilience, adaptability, flexibility course, communication skill, critical thinking, problem solving. So these are the top of the list. And they have just finished, all right, producing the latest, right, program, right, for this. There is a PowerPoint on your successful graduate to give you all the details, to break down for you what each of the courses actually will cover. Okay, so English proficiency is a must, irrespective of whether you are studying or you are working. You need English proficiency. All right, so we offer what you call English, to speakers of other language award. This is very similar to your Cambridge, your Pearson, English. It leads to proficiency certification, just like your IAPS, whether you're on a 5.5, 5.6. So we use the CFR, all right, the standard, and it is accredited by the Scottish, all right, credit and qualification framework. What it means is all our materials, or all our learning management system, all the assessments are already been checked and quality assured, all right, by the SCQF, and it's in the Scottish national framework. So for those of you who are familiar with English, you know that there are so many, types of English proficiency, all right? And this is a conversion or equivalent table to show you, the different levels. So we use a CFR. The lowest level is A1 to the highest level at C2, which a doctorate level student is expected, all right? If we are at the master's level, it would be a level C1. Most undergraduate will require a D1 or B. Okay, so you can do self-learning entirely, or you can have one-to-one or a group support, one teacher with, a group of 3, 4, 5, students, okay? For those who are looking for certification and not just improving their English, they can go for what you call the SCLT, just like your IAPS, this your TOEFL, right? It's a secure, standardized, test, right, that you actually undertake. For those who just do the program, the learning, want to improve, right, and they take the assessment which are embedded in the course, they will have a certificate of completion, all right, issue. We work with actually Otago Polytechnic, as well. For those who go for the certification test, just like your IAPS, they will receive a transcript. They would receive, a certificate, which would be accredited by the SCQF. And these are the features that you will actually, see. So if you look at what we are providing, we are looking after all the stakeholders. School principal, the teachers, the student, the parents, the owners, or the school management, Our solutions are actually able to help them build their institution, increase their academic performance or success, employability, get them work ready, reduce the workload of teachers, in terms of the ability to monitor and track and analyze the performance of the students. All these are actually AI driven, a very powerful, system. So just like in the corporate or the university, we also recommend they become a professional skill center where they take up, the A to I and a range of products that can actually support, and build, their institution. Okay, so again, these are some of the programs that they can actually, take up. Your successful graduate, your SSA, programs, your ed class. Manga High would be, your mathematics, and then your STEM teaching learning resources. Okay. So the three, category which I mentioned applies for the school. Okay, and actually we are moving them from the school to the workplace. All right, when they finish off, they can still continue as alumni. They can have access. All right, so they join a club membership. They pay very minimum. They will be able to access a range of lifelong learning program. You can involve the parents. Parents also need to upskill. All right, so there can be programs in which the parents can either learn together with their children, whether at the school level or the university level, because professionally they also need. Some of them are looking at career changes. All right, so we can provide that, and then the concept of learning together. All right, parents or family, oriented, clubs. So that is the big vision that we have. All right, to institute and to set up a very holistic end-to-end, platform. Okay, now the last few slides are very important to show you how do we do the business? How do we do the business? We have all those solutions. So the first point that I want to emphasize is, we don't use the traditional way of doing business. The traditional way is your combustion engine. We are now on your EV, all right? Battery powered. So we are dealing with future skill, and non-academic based. And we are not doing B2C. We are doing B2B, institutional and corporate market. Okay. So it is the mass market approach, all right? DBS use B2B2C a business, the model. We help them set up a professional skill center. So we don't fish one fish at a time. If we use a fishing rod one at a time, B2C is very costly. It's very time consuming. You don't reach a mass market. We are like using a trawler, casting the net. Instead of using a rifle, we are using a machine gun. All right, that basically, is the business model. And where is our emphasis? Our emphasis is on, the learner, where we want to focus on skills and jobs, the job market, future skills, etc. And this is, the market that you can reach. From your preschool and primary learning centers, high school, international school, homeschool, government agency, colleges and university, corporate market. We have solutions that can meet all these different market segments. All right, so that's a very quick, overview. all right, of what we actually provide. Okay, so I'll be happy to take any question, because as I mentioned, each product requires an hour to 1.5 hours if we really want to know the full details of each of the product. Okay, so I hope I've given you an overview of what the business entails. How do we actually do it, and some of the focus, all right, that make us unique. All right, so I'll be happy to take any questions, all right, that you all may
have. Professor Dr. Chen, this is Chen. I had a question. What are your thoughts in integrating AI in all these coaching and instruction giving in the relationship? Sometimes we call the teacher-student relationship. How do you see its adoption and also the future of AI uses in
okay,
in
basically, all right, basically the AI, all right, emergence is something that you cannot really stop. You cannot stop simply because the government of nations, the most powerful nations like China, all right, and the USA, they have identified, all right, AI as one of their core, all right, technology that can actually enable them to, you want to say, conquer the world, to that's exactly what they're trying to do. All right, they are using to make sure that they're ahead of the others, and the AI would actually influence, all right, all areas of a society, not just confined to business, education. They will be virtual professors. I will be out of job. I will be replaced by an avatar who probably have a much better voice than me. Okay. However, having said that, all right, we need to have a balance as well, because your AI basically are learning machines, learning languages. Okay, they are not too human-centric. They are machines. There are certain category of work, all right, that the human touch, the human interaction is still important. Okay, let's take education. Okay, now, all right, AI can actually do all the marking for you. If you're a teacher, you don't need to pour through, 180 pages of a thesis, which I currently are doing, going line by line, and then grading it and things like that. Okay, you just, fit it in, scan, and they can actually mark, because all you need to do is to give the criteria as to what you're looking for, and they will do it for you. Okay. However, all right, there are the human factors, the empathy, the emotional support, and that which the machine, your AI cannot do. So the role of your teachers is going to change with your AI era, coming in. Okay. Instead of being a knowledge giver, because the student can actually access knowledge faster and to a greater extent to what you can actually provide. I'm only one person. My body of knowledge is confined. Much as a lot of us, we want to say that, I'm very knowledgeable, but you cannot beat the machine. That's the reality, right? That's the reality. But there are other areas in which the machine cannot do. You have got to reinvent, your role and your contribution. So you want to inspire, you want to motivate, all right, people to be a lifelong learner, the thirst, for knowledge and development. Okay, so that's basically my view. In fact, I'm working towards that.
Thank you, Dr. Chen. Yeah, the company that I'm founded, have co-founded, called Inky, headquartered in Singapore. We are actually doing exactly that. We come up with a framework that we call the playbook for agentic AI coaching. So I share here the link here. We open source it and would like to use it to drive the collaboration between my institution here in South China with Homeschool Association Hong Kong, and also with the the students study tour with the technology company in the GBA area in South. So that's something.
Because of AI, you got a new field called prompt engineering. Because the ability to harness the power of your AI, all right, is the prompt.
Yeah.
Is the prompt.
I totally agree with you on that. Human coaches are still the center of the new paradigm, as we call the agentic AI coaching or AI agentic coaching, whatever you call it. So yeah, I totally agree. So we always put human in the center of everything.
Interesting. Anybody else have got a question or a comment to share?
Why, Dr. Dennis, Dr. Martina, do you have any question? For me, I'm very familiar with the product, so I have no question. And Chad, do you have any question, like in the promotion, that direction or anything?
Yeah, I would like to touch upon a few idea that Professor Chang presented in the DBS slide. I think the whole solution itself capture addressing there are very obvious gap, right, between the traditional schooling universities worldwide, not just China, US, because China is a higher education. Because I spent my first 10 years in South China University of Tech in the president's office. I observed the US counterparts.
That's in Guangzhou. That's in
Yeah,
Guangzhou.
Yeah, exactly. 华南理工大学. So they China's university system are exactly a clone of the US system. So also along the way, we also clone their flaws in the design, right?
Oh,
But
they
I
have
also-
really announced they're going to use AI, in the schools and in the university. It's a policy.
Exactly. Yeah, and that SUT is also very aggressive. They set up a new academy. It's called the Future Academy. So the Future Academy is exactly where doing something similar to DBS. As one of the initiatives within the SUT schooling system. So I think the whole world, right, already come to the conclusion that there are gaps, right? Like rapid technology changes, the outdated pedagogical model, focus on signaling over substance, right? So that a piece of paper, right, used to, they signal that you are capable of something, but that signaling value kind of deteriorate over time, and because of the collapsing of the global, schooling system, right? And also the lack of collaboration with academia and industry. So these are the gap that we see worldwide. But I think DBS, also, program like what I'm doing, we are actually, doing something along this line, right? Because we are DBS solution. I can see that you offer more experiential learning. People need to touch and feel things, right? So that's a theme. And also, we also emphasize the soft skills, right? Like communication, teamwork, problem solving, critical thinking ability. And we also have, encouraging
adaptability is a key now.
Exactly. We also encourage the curriculum itself, also encourage exploration and experimentation. And for that, I think, I'm happy to also trying to looking forward with the Homeschool Association Hong Kong to help, the parents and kids to, integrate their activity more into the South China, technology industry, because I'm from the industry. I work with founders, investors.
I almost sent my son to South China,
Oh,
SCT.
cool.
My son graduated from Xiamen University.
Okay, good.
Not in Xiamen, China, but in Malaysia, the branch campus.
Okay.
But I wanted to send him to do his master's in software engineering, artificial intelligence.
Oh, cool.
But
yeah,
he decided
I actually helped build that curriculum.
He decided, he wanted to stay home and take up a master's in artificial intelligence with the number one university in our country, University of Malaya.
Oh, cool.
Which is ranked 65 globally.
Yeah.
So it would be no problem because Professor Chan was graduate there, and also the connection with the biggest guy there. So no problem for him to enter into that uni, a top uni.
Professor.
Yes, Dennis.
Some remark. So I am very much impressed by your talk, by your teaching. Very thought-provoking. And there are a lot of concepts. So I need to go through all these before I make
Sure. That's why I have prepared more detailed, PowerPoint for each of the
Yeah,
solutions.
we need to digest all these. And may I make just a simple remark on AI? Because I'm teaching in the university, and they are handing assignments to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
big challenge.
Yeah, we are discussing the benefits and shortcomings of AI. Just then, you mentioned the human factors are important, interaction and emotional. I think we all agree. And I went across a remark just today in the newspaper by some experts in America. They say that with AI, the coming of AI, people may become lazy and passive because they are all dependent on AI.
Yeah.
And they think in future people may not be able to do elementary mathematics because everything is solved by AI. So that is a warning. We may become less creative and not proficient in problem solving and so on. AI is fast and efficient. They solve all the problems for us. But what AI can do, maybe, for example, in writing an essay, I have tried this many times. They will present you with what you need, right? They seem to present this, but we find that the content of the essays by AI are just shallow and not deep enough. So we want our students not to abuse the use of AI because we need to learn to be creative, to be more problem solving. So we need to be independent in our thoughts and not too dependent on the use of AI. That's what I talk with my students.
Right. I mean, we are probably on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Right. We are of the same generation. The way we have been educated, and things like that.
Right.
And our expectation as to what a university graduate looks like or behave, or whatever that is. I mean, obviously, time have changed, and we need to do some adjustment as well.
Yeah.
But obviously, all these tools can work, both ways. Is how you manage it.
Yes.
All right. So you take money, for example. If you become a slave to it, then you are in trouble.
Yes.
As I say, the love of money is the root of all, the evil. So AI, just like any invention, there are some good guys that know how to use it in a good way.
Yes,
there are other people who are also abusing it. So as an education institution, I think most of them are now struggling, with that, and they are thinking hard how to educate, their students as to the best and proper way of utilizing, AI. That's a challenge. I'm sure your university, faculty is all debating, trying to, find how best to, overcome this particular, issue.
Yeah, thank you very much, Professor Dr. Chen. Yes.
Why do you have any question? Because next week you are going to China. Bye.
I'm sorry, I don't have any question. I will go over your PowerPoint first, and then if I have any question, I will ask again.
Okay.
Hello, dear friends. I have an engagement in the afternoon, so I have to leave earlier. Please excuse me.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
Goodbye,
It's okay. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
And Jet, do you have any question? Yeah. Okay. So,
Jack,
Dr. Martina,
you are a digital marketing expert. Is that right?
Yes, I'm working in the digital marketing agency, and I'm good at the SEO promotion and the advertising promotion. So if I any need about the homeschooling association, I hope I can help. And thank you for your fruitful sharing, Dr. Chen. Yes. And Chen has raised a quite good question about the AI. And I think it will have a big influence in the future, especially to the earlier schooling age student. And yes, I think it's good.
Yeah. In fact, I'm actually traveling to Guangzhou on the 26th.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
a business trip, not a business trip. It's a family, or it's a family trip. So I'm bringing along my wife and my son to expose them a little bit about China.
So, Chance, maybe you can arrange a time we can meet Professor Chen for dinner in Guangzhou.
It's
I think
more
yeah.
Sightseeing and eating trip because you can't get any better food than in
Guangzhou. Dr. Chen, if just give you a little bit of background, right? Because I'm arranging a trip exactly between 25 to 27.
Okay.
That's a theme that's set up by Dr. Lai. I'm going to take the delegate to see a few industrial partner here like a service robot company, and also some really innovative educational program provider in Foshan, Shunde. So the service robot company is in the Guangzhou. So so the dates that I'm actually planning is between 24 to 27. So after 27, we have a trip to Foshan government. They arrange the delegate will join a tour group together with another Hong Kong association to welcome by the Foshan government to also
Foshan
really
developed a lot. Has developed a lot. That's the hometown of Wang Fei Hong.
Yeah. And also it's a big manufacturing. Yeah, Foshan is very big in manufacturing.
佛山
係啦，製造業好發達。
不過我要去順德食啲嘢。
哇，好啊！順德一定要食啲好。
食在廣州，靚女喺蘇州。
美食喺順德，美食喺廣州順德。
靚仔去邊度啊？我想睇靚仔喎。
我都想知喎。
靚仔到香港好多靚仔啊，好多 equivalent of 劉德華。We'll coordinate and see, whether we can meet up and things like that.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, Professor Chen, where do you live? Because I'm not very familiar with.
No, I haven't booked yet.
Yeah.
All right. But
when you book, and then tell
most likely it will be Beijing Road area, because that's where you have got good food there.
Yeah, that's the older township. Yeah. The oldest township.
上下九路啊。
係啊，嗰度最
Road 啊，係啊。I'm okay with Guangzhou.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Any other question?
Maybe they have to study first.
Study first.
Anyway,
after Guangzhou and all that, I'll be spending a day and a half in Hong Kong. We can still meet up. All right, we can still on the 31st morning before I depart for the airport. I think from 7:30 onwards to about 11 or 12, I'm available. So we can still meet up, if need be, for more detail, the product briefing or brainstorming to move the business. I'm slightly different in that sense that I'm not a pure academy. I do corporate training and things like that. So I have got the best of both worlds.
I mean, the touch and feel with industry and businesses are really critical for academia.
Professor Chen very strong for that.
Yeah.
he has so many business himself as well.
Cool. Yeah, the entrepreneurship kind of
No.
spirit.
I don't own any business myself. No, I'm helping other people.
I doubt TBS is you are one of them. You're one of the planners. You just always say, I'm not.
Yeah, maybe he tried to focus not right? Because it's a way to focus on the thing that you truly love and good at.
Professor Chen is very knowledgeable. Education, business, everything. Yeah, so he would be a
not
very
everything. Definitely not everything. A little bit here and there.
Polyglot, the polyglot, the mantra.
Yeah, if everything is okay, nothing. So we stop the meeting here because
Go through. You know, I already sent out 5 products.
Yeah,
I already 5. These are the key ones. Okay. They can cater to the corporate university market and the school market to get you started. I mean, you all may not be able to do everything at the same time, but I thought these are the core thing to get you all, started.
Okay, so we stop the meeting here, but Dr. Martina, YY has to leave here because we have a discussion about our share. We got another company.
Okay. The business side, I leave it to you all, but I'll be happy whether I'm working with Empower You or the new organization. I mean, the bottom line is that we want to get moving. You know?
And don't worry.
And bring the blessing to Hong Kong or Macau or China.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And also outreach to me, Dr. Lai, if you need any help with your commercial services or company.
Sure. I told you a goal for that trip is to meet you and link the business and also to meet Lawyer Zhang. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Okay.
So I'll leave as well and have a have a.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Professor Chen.
Thank you very much for spending the time.
Okay,
all right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.